Definition of average velocity, total distance divided by total time. Any configuration basically depends upon inertia, rigidity to motion. Q1 is the amount of heat taken from the source. Source ಇಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೀಟ್ ನ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದು Q1 ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Hello students, this is Samson Deepak, Faculty of Physics, Temple of Excellence, Vidyashram, P University College, Mysore. Today, I will be analyzing the Karnataka CET 2016 paper. As usual, as we have seen in our previous discussions, how conceptual depth in the subject can yield answers in the narrowest of times. Fine, we'll start discussing the paper. First question. A body falls freely. A concept that is linked with free fall. Nodi? Body falls freely for 10 seconds. So, it is falling freely for a time interval of 10 seconds. Then I have to calculate the average velocity, not simply the velocity, average velocity during this journey. ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಆವರೇಜ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿದು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯುಲಾನ ರೀಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಆವರೇಜ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ V bar. You have been taught any average quantity is represented by writing a bar over its head. Direction illa. Arrow ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ವಾಹಕ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್. This is V bar, average quantity. Average displacement is, we have studied total displacement or total distance divided by total time. Definition of average velocity, total distance divided by total time. Free fall, time interval. So how do I define distance? Any equation of motion describing distance in terms of time? Yes, we have. This is ut plus half at square divided by total time. Adna t karkonde. Displacement equation, second equation of motion odirtira. Distance in terms of time, ut plus half at square. ಆದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಗಮನಿಸಬೇಕು, ಇದು ಲೀನಿಯರ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ರೀ ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಫ್ರೀ ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಝೀರೋ. ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿ ಫ್ರೀ ಫಾಲ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಝೀರೋ. So this is half. Again for free fall, a ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಜಿ ಆಗತ್ತಾ ಮೈನಸ್ ಜಿ ಆಗತ್ತಾ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಜಿ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಜಿ ಟಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಯು ಝೀರೋ ಆಯಿತು ಫ್ರೀ ಫಾಲ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಎ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಜಿ ಆಯಿತು divided by t. 1t and t gets cancelled. So half gt. So this is half g is 10 into the 10th second. So t is 10. So the answer is 50 meter per second. So the third option is the answer, which is 50 meter per second. Second one, quite interesting. Projectile motion mele. 3 projectiles A, B and C. There are 3 projectiles A, B and C which are projected at an angle of 30 degrees, 45 degrees and 60 degrees. ನೋಡಿ angle of projection ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 30 degrees 45 degrees 60 degrees respectively. Now he says RA, RB and RC are the range. Very importantly, he is highlighting the term range. ಓದಿದೀವಲ್ವಾ maximum height, range, time of flight ಅಂತ RA, RB and RC are the range of A, B and C. Then how are these ranges associated given velocity of projection is the same? Nodi, first projectile angle of projection is 30 degrees. Second projectile 45 degrees. Third projectile 60 degrees. Expression for range and recall ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Yes, range is u square sin 2 theta divided by g. ನೆನಪಂತ ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ರೇಂಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟೈಲ್ u square sin 2 theta by g. ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಮ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ? ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ವಾ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನೌ just concentrate on theta being 45 degrees. ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ theta 45 ಆದ್ರೆ 2 into 45 90, sin 90 is 1 maximum. So always for 45 degrees range is maximum. So my concept has already told RB has to be maximum. Why RB is maximum? Because here angle of projection is 45 degrees. If theta is 45 degrees, range is maximum. Concentrate on 30 degrees and 60 degrees. Here, the angles are complementary to each other. 30 and 60 degree angle complementary. And again, my concept told, if the angle of projection is complementary, range will be the same. Andre ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ range of A should be equal to range of C. So the correct option is the fourth one. Range of A should be equal to range of C, but they have to be less than range of B because range of B is maximum. Nodi, ಯಾವ mathematical tool use ಮಾಡಿದೆ? Concept. Simple in concept, I got the answer. Fine. The next one. The component of vector R along x-axis will have a maximum value if one of these assertions should hold good. My dear students, they say component of vector R. Component ಎಂದ್ರೇನು? ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಒಂದು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆರ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್. ದ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆರ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ should have maximum value under what condition ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So vector R is given. I say its component along x-axis is Rx cos theta. Now if this component has to have maximum value, this is the component along x-axis. ಈ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಕ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ cos theta should be maximum. This will take maximum value if cos theta is maximum. What is the maximum value of cos theta? 1. When will it take? When theta is 0. So which means vector R should be along positive x-axis. Theta is 0. Cos 0 is 1. Maximum. Component becomes maximum. That means R is along positive x-axis. Now, again an interesting problem. Maximum acceleration. Maximum acceleration of the train in which 50 kg box lying on its floor will remain stationary. 50 kg box lying on its floor will remain stationary. Stationary means something which is at rest. Coefficient of static friction. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನರಿ ಆಗಿದೆ, ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಕೋಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ static friction between the box and the train's floor is 0.3 and G is 10 meter per second square. Now, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ? Here is a train, horizontal train, and on the floor of this train there is a box of mass 50 kg. According to the problem, train on the horizontal floor of the train there is a mass, some body of mass 50 kg which is stationary. Very important. ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ, ನಾವೊಂದು ಹಾರಿಜಾಂಟಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾರಿಜಾಂಟಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ನ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ self adjusting frictional force will develop, which will keep the mass stationary. Coefficient of static friction ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಹಾರಿಜಾಂಟಲ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಷ್ಟು ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ will be developed in the opposite direction. So, what is the total force acting on the system? F minus Fk, or frictional force. F minus small f. They are in opposite direction. Adik minus ant barde. Applied force minus friction. According to Newton's second law, should be equal to m into a, or a equals f minus small f by m. He's not speaking anything about capital F. I don't know what is the applied frictional or applied force. So A is minus F by M. Yakandre, I don't know anything about this. Now, somewhere I have to bring in mu. How do I do that? I know mu is F by R, friction divided by normal reaction. Mu is F by R. Please note this relation. Or mu is F divided by mg. R has the magnitude of weight. So this A is, so F is nothing but mu mg divided by m. Minus ಏನಾಯ್ತು? He wants maximum acceleration, so retardation doesn't come into picture, so minus goes off. M and M is cancelled, so A is mu into G. So A is, mu is given to be 0.3 into G is 10. So the answer has to be 3 meter per second square. See, so beautifully, if I have analyzed the concept, my mathematical simplification becomes very, very easy. Good. A 12 kg bomb at rest explodes into two pieces of mass 4 kg and 8 kg. There is a 12 kg bomb which is ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಆಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೋರ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ, ಸಿಡಿಯೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ, ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಇಟ್ ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಸ್, ದ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ is 12 kg. It explodes into two pieces. So after explosion, the mass of the two pieces will be 4 kg and 8 kg. If the momentum of 4 kg piece is 20 Newton seconds, I have to calculate the kinetic energy of 8 kg piece. ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ? 12 kg ತೂಕ ಇದ್ದಂತ ಬಾಂಬ್ ಸಿಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ 4 kg ಮತ್ತೆ 8 kg ಪೀಸ್ಗಳಾಗಿ ಸಿಡಿತದೆ. ಸಿಡಿತಲೆಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The momentum of 4 kg piece is 20 Newton second. I am taking this unit as the reference to solve this problem. Kinetic energy of 8 kg piece has to be calculated. See, all of us know kinetic energy is half mv square. I am calculating the kinetic energy of 8 kg piece. ಮಾಸ್ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋಯ್ತು 8 kg ಅಂತ. ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ 8 kg ಪೀಸ್ ಬೇಕು ನನಗೆ. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಡು ಐ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್? ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್. Newton is the unit for force. Second is the unit for time. So force into time gives me impulse. Very good. So I know impulse, force into time. So what is impulse yielding? Or what is the consequence of impulse? Change in momentum. So mv minus mu, impulse always causes change in momentum. Or I equals m is common, v minus 0. Initially the bomb is at rest. Initial velocity of the system is 0. So I is m into v. M into final velocity. So impulse is 20, mass 8 kg piece into v. My dear students, if you go for an alternative, this can also be established by the law of conservation of momentum. So, from which velocity is 2.5 meter per second. Velocity of 8 kg piece. Or this is equal to now half into 8 into 2.5 whole square. This goes 4 times, so the answer has to be 25 joule. So the kinetic energy of the 8 kg piece will be 25 joules. Which of the points is likely the position of center of mass of the system? We have all studied that center of mass is the point in which the entire mass of the system is concentrated, or it is also called the equilibrium position of the system. So according to the diagram, this is the position D, and this position D will refer the center of the mass. Next one. Three bodies: a ring, solid cylinder, and a solid sphere. Look at the geometry of the three bodies. There is a ring, solid cylinder, solid sphere, having same mass, very important criterion, and same radius. They have the same mass and same radius, roll down an inclined plane without slipping. Without slipping, these three bodies roll down. They start from rest. If VR, VC and Vs are their respective velocities, on reaching the bottom of the plane, how do the velocities relate? The moment I say geometrical objects, geometrical configuration, the most important thing I understand is the word called inertia. Any configuration basically depends upon inertia, rigidity to motion. Please to understand, if inertia is more, as I told, velocity has to be less. Inertia andre jadatva anta artha. It will not move so easily. Inertia ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೇಗ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. More is the inertia, it is inertiatic to change. That means velocity is less. Of the three given bodies, which has more inertia? Ring, then cylinder, then sphere, which means velocity of the ring should be less than velocity of this cylinder, should be less than the velocity of the sphere. Variation of acceleration due to gravity, very evidently, probably in almost all my previous papers I've discussed. Please to refer back the discussion. Fourth option is the answer. A spring is stretched by applying a load at its free end. The strain produced in the spring. So there is a spring. I think it is fixed here. So this is the fixed end. This is the free end. Now it is stretched by applying some load to the free end. So stretching has taken place in a straight line. So what do you call that as? Longitudinal stretching. Straight line alli stretch adre it is longitudinal and the strain is called shear. So the answer is longitudinal and shear. Now A fluid flows through a pipe of circular cross section with diameters 5 centimeter and 10 centimeter as shown. Here is a pipe, circular cross section. Illi ಈ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ ನ 5 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ 10 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್. ದ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ velocities of the fluid at A and B has to be calculated. Andre, I say at A, velocity of the fluid is V1. At B, velocity is V2. Ratio of these two velocities has to be calculated. Velocity ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು. ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಿತ್ ಡಯಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಏರಿಯಾ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ನ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಎಸ್, ವೆರಿ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂವಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ಎನಿ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಮೋಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ continuity, which says A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. ಏನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಇದನ್ನ? ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂವಿಟಿ. I want V1 divided by V2. a ratio ಬೇಕು. So V1 by V2 is equal to A2 by A1. Andre, diameters are given. We will now express area in terms of diameters. So V1 by V2 is, in terms of diameter, pi d square by 4 area alva, cross sectional area in terms of diameter pi d square by 4. ಇಲ್ಲಿ A2 ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ d2 square divided by pi d1 square by 4. Now very simple. V1 by V2 is pi into D2 ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? 10. 10 ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಎಷ್ಟು? 100 by 4 into, ಇದನ್ನ ರೆಸಿಪ್ರೋಕಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. 4 into pi 5 square 4. So this is 100 by 25, 4 by 1. So the answer is 4:1. ನೋಡಿ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳ? ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ಗಳು, ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಗಳು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಈಸಿ ಇದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿತ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟು ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ಸ್ ಲಾ ಆಫ್ ಕೂಲಿಂಗ್. ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಆಧಾರವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Hint is the previous session, so the second option is the answer. A Carnot's engine, heat engine, thermodynamics. A Carnot's engine working between 300 Kelvin and 400 Kelvin has 800 joule of useful work. ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? amount of heat that is converted into work. 100% heat energy supply ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಕ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ದಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ supplied to the engine from the source. Andre, he's asking us to calculate what is Q1. Q1 is the amount of heat taken from the source. Source ಇಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೀಟ್ ನ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅದು Q1 ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Q2 amount of heat rejected to the sink. Now, since in terms of temperature, I know eta is 1 minus T2 by T1. T1, higher temperature. Very good. Temperature of the source. T2, lower temperature. Temperature of the sink. And also I know eta is work divided by Q1. Amount of work converted after absorbing heat Q1. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ I can equate them. So this is W by Q1 is 1 minus T2 by T1. W is how much? 800. Q1 has to be calculated. This is 1 minus 300 by 400. So this is 800 by Q1 equals 400 minus 300. 100 by 400. Cross multiply madi, 8 4s are 32. So somewhere the answer should be 3200 joules. Next one. A particle executing simple harmonic motion. ಓದಿದೀವಲ್ವಾ? SHM, simple harmonic motion, has a maximum speed Vmax, maximum speed of 0.5 meter per second and maximum acceleration A max of 1 meter per second. Angular frequency. In angular frequency andre omega. During simple harmonic motion, Vmax and Amax is given. Now, I consider the ratio of Vmax to Amax. What is the expression for maximum velocity? Very good. A omega divided by, find A omega square. So this A gets cancelled. 1 omega gets cancelled. Vmax is how much? 0.5. Amax is 1 by omega, or omega is 1 by 0.5. So 2 radian per second. So the answer is 2 radian per second. Next one, Doppler effect. I'll directly go to the given condition. It says F apparent divided by F dash apparent is V plus Vs divided by V minus Vs. V, velocity of sound in air. Vs, velocity of source. What is the apparent frequency? The observer measures the frequency of sound as 500. Measures. It's not true. So 500 divided by f dash is V 350 plus velocity of source is given to be 50 divided by 350 minus 50. So when you simplify, f dash turns out to be 375 hertz. Now, 16th one goes for a grace. It is not in your syllabus and there is no relevance between the question and the 4 options. Now, an electron of mass m. There is an electron of mass m, charge E, falls through a distance h in a uniform electric field E. Time of fall has to be calculated. ಒಂದು ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂನಿಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್? At any point of that field, the electron will experience the same force. So electron is falling in a uniform electric field through a distance h, through a distance cylinder, through a distance of h meters, the electron falls. What is the mass of the electron? M, charge E. Then what is the time of fall? Very first question ನೆನಪಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Free fall ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ. How did I relate distance with time? Very good students. S equals ut plus half at square. Wherever you have to relate distance and time, write the displacement equation. ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಬಾಜಿ ಕಿ ಬಾಜಿ. ಫ್ರೀ ಫಾಲ್ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ h, ಸೊ ಎಸ್ ಇಸ್ h. ಯಾಕೆ ಮೇಸ್ ಹೊಡೆದಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರು? ಯು ಟಿ ನ ಫ್ರೀ ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ 0. ಹಾಫ್ ಎ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಜಿ ಟಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್. ಫ್ರೀ ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಗುರುತ್ವಾಕರ್ಷಣೆಗೆ ಒಳಗಾಗಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬೀಳುತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಎ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಜಿ. ಸೊ ಟಿ is root 2h by g. Now what is the acceleration experienced by the electron? We know A is F by m, Newton's second law of motion. What is F? A is E into E by m. You have studied this. You have studied mobility, drift velocity, their acceleration of an electron, E by m. So this is root 2h, m goes to the numerator, E into E. So this G is nothing but A. So G, E by m ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. m ಮೇಲ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. E into E has to be the answer. So the answer is the first option. EAX and EQ represents electric field at a point on the axial line and equatorial line of a dipole, then the third option is the correct relation. Take back your notes, refer to the expression for electric field on the axis of a dipole, electric field on the equatorial line of a dipole. The relation is the third one. Nature of equipotential surface, still more precise, it is not simply spheres, it is concentric spheres with charge at the center of the sphere. If you draw equipotential surface for a point charge, it has to be concentric sphere with charge at the center of the sphere. Now, a very interesting problem. A particle of mass 1 gram, there is a particle of mass 1 gram and charge 1 microcoulomb held at rest on a frictionless horizontal surface, friction bartilla, at a distance 1 meter from a fixed charge 2 millicoulomb. Andre, there is a horizontal surface. At this point, there is a fixed charge, what I call as Q, 2 millicoulomb. Fixed charge, magnitude 2 millicoulomb. Frictionless surface. Now, at a point A, which is 1 meter from this fixed charge, at a distance of 1 meter from the fixed charge, there is one more particle of charge 1 microcoulomb which is fixed or which is placed. Idu fixed charge 2 millicoulomb fix agide illi. ಆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಂದ 1 ಮೀಟರ್ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ there is one more particle with charge 1 microcoulomb. If the particle is released, ನಾವೀಗ ಇದನ್ನ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಲೈಕ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್, ಸೊ ರಿಪೆಲ್ ಆಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕಾ? So this 1 microcoulomb charge repels. ರಿಪೆಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಇದರಿಂದ ದೂರ ಹೋಗೋದು. Repels speed of the particle when it is the distance of 10 meter. I say it reaches B, it is at a distance of 10 meters. What is the speed of the particle here? Very interestingly, students, mass is 1 gram. Speed of the particle at B has to be calculated. Andre, there is something which is related to kinetic energy. And in your first PUC you have studied change in kinetic energy is work done. Here, change in kinetic energy of this particle is work done by the electric field. Alva? In order to repel that charge away from the fixed charge, the electric field has to do some work. So change in kinetic energy is work done by the electric field. Or this is half mv square equals. Now what is the work done by the field? Very simple. Before repulsion, at the point A, the charge will have some potential. After repulsion, as it reaches the point B, again it will have some potential. There is potential difference between the points A and B. So what is the work with respect to potential? We know V is W by Q, or W is V into Q. So work done by the electric field is V. So at this point A, so this is Q by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2 into Q, magnitude of the fixed charge. So this is half 1 gram 10 power minus 3 V square 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 power 9. Magnitude of the particle micro 10 power minus 6. 1 by 1 minus 1 by 10. 2 into 10 power minus 3 millicoulomb. When you simplify, fourth option will be the answer. Here again, see, bit conceptual. You should know the in-depth of physics, the in-depth of potential related to field. So on simplification, fourth option is the answer.